What do you think is the big catalyst for this lost generation? I guess you want to call it. Where do you think this all stemmed from?
I think when we started seeing a lot of the big OEMs send their, especially the molds and dies over to China, and Canada was getting a lot of our work too because the trade was 30% less going up there. Their dollar was weak and whatnot. So we lost quite a bit to Canada, and nobody really talks about that either. But a lot of it went over to China, and then 97 is when, or 98 is when it really started going sideways. And then it happened again in 08, because on that time I was in the supply chain and I was calling on majority of the shops that I called on was in die and mold industry. And there was a book that came out back then talking about this very issue of the 30% of the shops are going to close. And it did happen. So a
Mhm.
lot of the mold shops and die shops ended up closing their doors or downscaled to less than half their size. And I've slowly watched the ones that are left. They've been getting busier. Some that really grabbed hold of technology have grown quite a bit. But as a general rule, we lost about 50% of the mold shops up in my neck of the woods, which is in, upper Midwest. And so the catalyst for this downturn was just simply chasing stock price, making this, making stock prices go up on account of earnings and stuff. So shops were setting up places in China and other places. It wasn't only China, but I have several friends of mine that was their job to outsource work and set up plants in China. So that was the catalyst, in my opinion, for this generational gap of sourness in this industry.